Hey friends, thanks for clicking on this video. And I have my happy little helper with me here today, Jonathan. And I think you've met him once or twice already in previous videos.
Had a beard before.
Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to test some homemade black powder in the burn. One of my subscribers recently said I don't understand the plate glass. So we're going to explain that a little bit, and we're going to test some gunpowder so that we can determine, not me, but my friend Jonathan, and we're going to let him have an unbiased opinion as to what's clean and what's dirty. But Jonathan and I, we've known each other for about 20 years now.
At least.
Been rendezvousing together for about 20 years, and we kind of have a gentleman's agreement with each other. He can lie to his friends, and I'll lie to my friends. But we're not going to lie to each... Wait, how does that work with William now? Does that mean both of us lie to William?
I think he's just like a stepchild.
Yeah, that's right, a stepchild, that unwanted stepchild.
We didn't lie, we just didn't tell the whole story.
That's right. Later in the video, I'm going to be doing the same test with William. Not so much with everything, because he's got some different gunpowder that I want to burn on the plate glass and look at how clean it is. But I have a set of questions that I'm going to be asking Jonathan as we do the burns. What I'm going to burn first is the Century plant that I milled with the lead media versus the Century plant that I milled with the brass media. I'm going to do the same thing. One burn on one side, one burn on the other side, and then I'm going to ask Jonathan a series of questions based on these two burns. So we'll get these burns done, and I'll ask the questions. And all of these test burns will be 30 grains by volume. Okay, I'm going to turn the plate glass over and burn 30 grains on the opposite end. Oh, nothing like the smell of burning gunpowder. Okay, so I'm going to stand behind the camera, and I'm going to ask my friend Jonathan to just look over those two burns. You can pick it up and look at it closer if you like. You ready for the questions?
Yeah.
All right, first question is, which one appears to be cleaner burning? Just based on the smoke color.
First one?
Okay, so that would be the gunpowder that I milled with the brass media. So then, honestly, looking at the color of the smoke, you would assume that blue smoke equals cleaner, correct?
Okay.
And you being a firefighter, you would know that if the house is on fire and it's bellowing black smoke, it's a dirty fire.
Correct.
So looking at that, you would assume the darker smoke means it's a dirtier burning gunpowder.
That would be people's general assumption, yes.
That would be the general assumption. So blue equals cleaner, okay? Now, what I want you to do is to take your finger first, and don't rub it in the center, rub it in the smoke first. Rub it around the smoke, and then look at your finger. Do the other side. Oh, no. Still the blue smoke. So would you say, based on what's in your finger, that looks cleaner?
Very clean.
Now rub that smoke, and then make a comparison to what was on your finger, color-wise. So that looks dirtier, right?
This is cleaner.
That's cleaner. Interesting. Interesting. Now look at what's actually left behind as far as particles.
Yeah, this one is cleaner, the smoke-wise. Particle-wise, this one's cleaner.
That one's cleaner. Now, based on what?
Based on how much K&O you got left.
Or
the splatters.
Fouling.
Yeah, the fouling there, as compared to this, you would think that was cleaner, but it's not. So the finger test shows.
So you're saying that there's more pieces left behind with the stuff milled with the lead as opposed to the brass.
Yes.
Okay, now take your finger and rub it through there and knock off what would be blown out of your front of your gun barrel. Okay, does that feel gritty?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's left on your finger? See, there's a lot left on your finger. Now do that with the other burn.
Clean off my finger. Not as gritty,
Not as gritty.
but dirty too.
Yeah. So with the stuff milled with the lead,
More's being burned.
more's being burned. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm going to go clean off the plate glass. Let me make sure I don't have any other questions. Yep, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that till you do this test like this.
Yeah, you wouldn't, would you? If you want to say something right now, just based on that, say it.
Yeah, just looking at it, there wasn't a thought that that was how to come out. But you do the finger test like I just did, and it proves it, that the lead burned better.
Burnt better. Even though it burnt with the darker. See, now I have another experiment that I'm working on, and I showed Jonathan this yesterday, and he is coming to the same conclusion that I am, that the stuff milled with the lead media is oxidizing the KNO3.
Correct.
And I did a video on, let's see, did I do that video? No, I don't think I posted it. Maybe I did post it, I forget. But anyhow, as if it stands right now, and it's been less than a week, the KNO3, the container with the KNO3 with the lead tin media is beginning to get a little darker than the KNO3 that's got the brass media in
Correct.
it. Yeah. So there is, now, okay, well, this is a good point just to ask you a question, Jonathan. You know, you being a firefighter and you're familiar with the chemicals and fires and trace evidence left behind and all this kind of stuff. With that KNO3 turning a little darker, and if you were to do like a deep dive chemical analysis, would you be able to see the oxidation taking place at this point?
Yes.
You would. And that's why it's coming out darker with the burn, because that darker burn would be associated with the oxidation of the lead.
Which to me, that's why it's burning cleaner.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to get that cleaned off, and then we're going to do another burn. Forgot to turn the camera on that first burn, so here's the second burn of what I've deemed my cleanest burning gunpowder.
Clean or dirty?
Clean.
Okay.
Okay. Same thing. Pick them up, look at them real close, and determine which one you think is clean or dirty.
Not bad at all.
And because I did not have the camera turned on earlier, that's my Aspen Alder blend.
And the first one you did was your dirty.
Was what I've deemed my dirty, which is a combination of all my dirty gunpowders as I shot them throughout the course of time.
Dirty.
Dirty. Now look at the pieces that are actually left behind and see if you can see, just, you know, through the little pieces of KNO3 that is left behind, if one is really any dirtier looking than the other.
The dirty looks dirtier than the clean.
And that would be based on that the chunks look a little bigger, not as fine.
Correct.
And here again, here's the blue smoke. I mean, if you look at what I've deemed to be some of my cleanest gunpowder, it's got more of a blue smoke tint to it, doesn't it?
Correct.
Yeah. Now, again, rub your fingers through the center of the burn.
A little bit dirty.
Which you would expect from, you know, black powder.
Yeah, that's your clean. I'll use this finger. And this was your dirty. It's just a touch dirtier.
And
But
scratching through it, did that feel a little bit more grittier?
yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Okay, we'll move on to the next test. I'll try to make sure I get the camera on this time.
Peace.
Peace.
Out.
Because I forgot to turn the camera on, let me explain it a little bit more. This black powder right here is a blend of my aspen, alder, and I've got it labeled Burns Clean. And then this is a blending of all my dirty. Well, in fact, there's the word right there, dirty. It's written right on the side of the can. So I know that this burns dirty. So find the appropriate place and edit that in. Let's move on to the next one. The next one's going to be a blend of my, where is it? Oh, right here. Osage Orange. I tested this just the other day in my peanut shell. And we'll see what the difference is. Because right now I'm kind of the mind that blending certain gunpowders actually burn a little cleaner. All right. That burnt. That went up quick, huh?
Yeah, it did.
Looks good. It actually goes up quicker. There you go.
It took a minute.
Yeah. Burnt a little slower though, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Now, same questions. Look at them and which one based on color of smoke. Because remember, as stated earlier, blue means cleaner, right? And also look at what's left behind as far as like KNO3 chunks.
Dirty's dirty. That was your first one, your blend of
Aspen Osage.
Aspen Osage.
Yeah.
Look dirtier. Peanuts is cleaner. Even
Cleaner.
looks cleaner.
Yeah. What about the size of the pieces of the KNO3 left behind? Because usually I determine them to be like very minute.
You have on your blend of your Aspen Osage has bigger chunks mixed with fines, whereas
Yeah.
the peanut is just more fines.
More fines, because I probably took a little bit more time in grinding that down to a true 3F.
That's hard to tell.
Hard to tell? Okay. But,
That's
okay, so let me ask you this. Which one produced more of a bluer color smoke?
The peanut.
The peanut shell.
Peanut to me would be cleaner. I'd be partial to the peanut.
Yeah. See, and here again, this is all milled with my lead tin media.
Yep.
So whether you mill like what I do, it is my opinion that depending on what the charcoal source is, you're going to get either a blue smoke or a darker colored gray smoke. So milling it, to me at least, milling it with brass versus the lead tin media that I use, it doesn't really have anything to do with the color of the smoke that's produced. It really doesn't. In my opinion, I mean,
There's nothing wrong with the lead milling at all.
you know, I'll let you form your own opinion, because remember, Jonathan, you lie to your friends and I'll lie to mine, but let's not lie to each other here.
No, I don't see any benefit from the brass milling balls as compared to the lead.
Yeah.
And you're not getting lead in, like people think you're getting all that lead in your powder. You're not.
No. And again, just,
Especially when the balls you cast, it's 60-40.
yeah.
The 10, it's 10, and you're not getting the lead.
Well, yesterday when you arrived here, we went in the shop and I showed you the bounce test between lead, brass, and the media that I use. And you could plainly see that lead tin media that I use bounces just like that brass does.
Correct.
So it's a very hard media. Okay, we're going to do 2 more burns. And remember the first question. the perception is really, if it's burning blue smoke, it's burning cleaner. That was the initial perception. All right, we'll get that plate glass cleaned off and we'll get set up with the last. We've got one for sure, and then he got some gunpowder at a rendezvous in a powder horn that he won that we suspect it's Swiss, and it's a mixed blend, but when we burn that, we'll be able to tell for sure. All right, stay tuned. So before I do this burn, it's actually 30 grains of Swiss 3F. Full disclosure, Jonathan has already admitted to me that he does not like Swiss because it burns dirty, and he himself has noted within just a few shots his touch hole is plugging up. So based on what he says here, take it with a grain of salt. You may think he's just being biased, but when he sees this burn and see what's left behind, I think his mind is going to change as to just really how dirty this is. Even though it's blowing a blue smoke. Okay, Jonathan, have at it.
What do you want me to compare it to?
Well, nothing, because you've already compared what my gunpowders are. But again, very, very blue, right? So your perception would be a blue smoke because you're not burning, what was it you said earlier, those hydrocarbons?
Yeah.
Like in a house fire as opposed to like a forest fire?
Well, your house fires, you'll get a darker smoke as opposed to a grass fire, where you'll have a more whitish smoke. So usually the darker smoke, you'll have more hydrocarbons actually burning.
Yeah.
Because in house fires, you have all your man-made products and your plastics and your foams and different stuff along with the wood. So you'll get a darker smoke from that because it's the chemicals.
Well, let me ask you this. In a house fire, typically you're burning carpet. And carpet has, there's another chemical they use in making carpet. I can't think of it right now, but that also adds to the blackness. God, I wish I could remember what it, formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde. You've got your foams off your cushions from your couch, your beds, your mattresses. Yeah. So many different chemicals within a home.
Yeah.
Of the man-made fibers. And it just creates more hydrocarbons in the chemicals. So you'll get a darker smoke with that. Whereas opposed to grasslands,
yeah,
it's just the grass burning, and then you'll see this more white or brownish plume.
Yeah, so there again, going back to when you're going by a house fire, you know it's dirty because it's burning black. What do you think?
Dirty.
Dirty. Now, look at what is actually left behind, but look at what's left because remember, you're also burning graphite.
That's all your graphite.
Well, look at the white smoke too. You see all those little chunks all through that white. See, yeah. Unless somebody points it out, you wouldn't know to look. But there's a lot of white chunks left behind, even in the smoke.
And you can feel it.
Yeah, you can actually feel it.
My opinion, Swiss is dirty.
Swiss is dirty, and even though it's white smoke like what a grass fire would be, I think that graphite, as I've read from Brett's book, Like Fire and Powder, graphite is a contaminant. And as a contaminant, you have to ask yourself how much of that KNO3 oxygen is being used in the entire formula to help burn that graphite. Well, as you can tell, it's not burning it very efficiently because you have a professional firefighter here that's telling you it's dirty. Okay, now we'll do your test.
Yeah, because I'm also thinking, is that some blend of GoEx and Swiss? It's thinking it's Swiss. How that compares to this as well as just straight GoEx. And how good GoEx compared to that.
I got some GoEx.
I do too.
We'll give it a try. So here's the mystery gunpowder. Oh, I'll bet you that's a blend of Swiss because look at the color of the smoke left behind.
Look at all the specs.
Look at everything on the, yeah, see?
So I said that's a blend of GoEx and Swiss, but I knew that was Swiss because of the way it was plugging everything up and burning so dirty that's the first time I've had to pick my vent hole after about 5 shots.
Yeah.
With Flint. With the GoX, I don't have to do that.
And you can absolutely see that there's a lot of junk left behind, even through the smoke itself. Yep. And because see, what's on your finger, Jonathan, is actually chunks.
That's chunks in the smoke.
That's chunks in the smoke itself. Yeah.
And then this, just like the Swiss.
Yep. Okay, we're going to go get some GoX and do a comparative burn with some GoX. We're actually going to burn 2 3F GoXs. One can that's in front of the camera right now is 20 years old, you said.
Correct.
And then the next can is about a year and a half, you said, or a year?
Probably within the last year to year and a half.
Within the last year. So we can see, yeah, we can see if there's any difference in these burns as to what was produced 20 years ago as to what's being produced now, if you can find it.
One's pre-factory burn, one's post-factory burn.
There you go. Yeah, really. All right, so this is the gunpowder that's 20 years old, GoX 3F. Okay, want to give a quick impression?
It seemed fairly clean, but
well, I can see a lot of white chunks.
Well, I see
Yep.
the chunks too.
See all those little white chunks.
And and if you run your finger, you can feel it, and it comes
Yeah.
off on the finger.
Yeah, you can feel the grit. Yeah,
In the smoke.
in the smoke.
Yeah. And then this is
Yep.
not as dirty as the Swiss.
You're just biased.
That I am, but it's proven right here.
Proven right here. All right, I'll let you. Let's see.
I put out fires. I don't start them.
I was waiting for something like that. Get it in there. Look at all that blue smoke. All right, give us your impression, Jonathan.
Still got the chunks out here. About the same.
I was going to say, it sounds like the same to me right there.
About the same.
Well, at least now we know 20-year-old GoX burns good, and it's still, well, it still burns dirty. I won't say it burns good, but it does burn dirty.
It does not burn as dirty as the Swiss did. It's dirty, but not as dirty. And the Swiss just too much fouling.
Too much, yep. And myself, I'm absolutely attributing that to the heavy graphite glazing.
I'm partial to the peanut shell.
Yeah, I like the peanut shell too. Yep.
You're welcome.
He's my buddy. So just to put into the context, you've watched enough of my test burning on this channel, and I've used wooden blocks. The difference between testing your gunpowder on a wooden block as opposed to plate glass, on the wooden block you don't get all of the smoky residue. That just dissipates and it doesn't stick to the glass. So when I look at the wooden block, I'm actually looking at the middle of the burn. And this is what I have determined to be clean or dirty, because I'm looking at the size of the chunks compared to. And if you get larger chunks, and in my opinion, you're not milling your gunpowder long enough. And that's why I like doing the test burn, so that I can look at what's actually left behind. And in this case, we can see throughout the smoke the chunks of the KNO3. See, and you have to recognize also that when it comes to the potassium nitrate, only about 46% of that is converted into oxygen. The rest is left behind as solids. So that's why I like using plate glass. Now, since William hasn't seen this yet, we're gonna have some fun lying to him, won't we?
Yeah.
Because remember, he won't lie to me, And I won't lie to him, but we'll lie to our friends. Sucks to be William right now.
We don't lie to William. We just sometimes don't tell the whole truth.
Well,
we stretch it a little.
Exaggerate.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
We have fun.
Yep. All right, well, let's get packed up and head down to Laluz.
Sounds good.
All right. So, Jonathan and I made it down to Laluz finally. We'll be doing our shooting tomorrow. And just to let everybody know, you and I have known each other for what, 3-4 years now?
Something like that.
Something like that. And we've always had this little gentleman agreement between us that you can lie to your friends and I'll lie to my friends, but let's not lie to each other.
Right. That's right.
So that's why I want him to also do the test with the powders and get his opinion as to what he thinks is clean
That's right.
and what's dirty. But we're not going to lie about this, right?
No. And we don't always agree on things, but
Right, but you have to keep in mind, we have a mutual friend, Jonathan, and sometimes we lie to him, don't we?
absolutely. He
Yeah.
don't know no better sometimes.
That's right.
He really don't.
So as soon as he comes back with the powder measure, we'll get things lined out and we'll do the test burns. The first test that I want to get his opinion on absolutely is the Century plant that I milled with the brass media and the lead media.
Okay.
And we'll get those burnt and then we'll get your opinion on them.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, right here is 30 grains by volume of the Century plant milled with the brass media. And back. So I got a question to ask you, William. Based
Yes.
on the color of the smoke, which one would you say is cleaner? The stuff milled with the brass?
I'd say the first one.
Just okay, that was milled with the brass. So your opinion is, since it was milled with brass and it's a blue smoke, the perception is that it's cleaner.
The perception.
The perception is that it's cleaner.
That's my
Now if you look, now take your finger and rub it through the blue smoke like what I've done on other videos. Rub it good and hard. Yep. Do the other side. Okay, so you're looking at a bluish gray colored smoke.
Yeah.
And you would
Agreed.
say, based on that, it's pretty clean. Now take your finger and rub it on the other side through the darker smoke.
That's a David Copperfield moment. Magic.
Now you would say, based on that color, it's dirty.
Based on that.
Based
that's
on
what
the
I would
color.
say.
Now really look at both burns as far as the pieces and stuff left behind, and can you really tell which one is absolutely dirtier? Having a hard time, huh?
I'm having a hard time. If I had to guess, I would guess that the media that was used with lead, 10% maybe more KNO3 left behind, or unburnt particles with the little white specks there.
Yeah, now turn it over and look at it on that side. Because you get a reflection
yeah.
when you're looking at
Yeah.
through the
So,
glass instead of
yeah.
it itself.
Well, I'm looking out into the sun, so
Yeah.
I'm seeing through it, so I have a different perspective than you all do. But I would say that the ones done with the brass is cleaner,
Okay.
not overly so.
Right.
I would not skip one for the other. To me, would it be worth it to pay $50 to have some brass to use it?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
No.
So that's your honest assessment.
It
Is
is.
really, other than just the color of the smoke, there's not a whole lot of difference between the two.
No, there's not a whole lot of difference. I mean, the smoke, through my view, I mean, you can see through this side, which is the brass side. You can see through it a little easier, but that's because it's a lighter colored smoke.
Right. See?
But actually, there's not a whole lot of difference in smoke as
Yeah.
far as the size or whatever. But, because it's the same amount, 30 grains I think you burn. But I would say that I was going to taste test on video. This
Yeah.
is, this
And
would be
basically-
a slight winner.
Basically based on
Slight.
color, right?
Yeah, but that's
Okay.
it.
All right, we'll get reset up and burn some more. Whoops, hold on here. I forgot to have you run your finger through the burn
Okay,
and,
sound
and
good.
see what it feels like to you. Now compare that to the other side.
Slightly gray, a little darker.
Don't forget to flip the glass over.
I'm not the sharpest tool in the tool shed. It's darker.
Okay, but what about grittiness between the two?
You know what I am seeing is that the media that was done with brass, it seems to be hard stuck, sitting on the glass.
To the glass. And I think Jonathan noted
Yeah.
the same thing too.
Yes. And even though, like I say, this looks a little dirtier, it does seem like it is softer
Softer.
and it's coming off. If you can see,
Yeah.
it scraped off a lot easier. I worked a little harder on this side than I did on this side, and this is cleaner.
We noted that with Jonathan too, between those two.
That's what I see.
Yeah, all right, let's
Okay.
move on now. Okay, the next test is going to be my grapevine. And from here on out, all the tests is going to be everything that I've made or milled with the lead tin media. I just want to see, because at this point it's really which charcoal burns cleaner as opposed to one. So this test is going to be grapevine, and on the other side of the glass will be almond shell.
Yep, wind's changing.
Okay, hear your opinion, and do the same thing. Run your fingers through the smokes, and again, this is just an appearance on the quality of the charcoal. And Jonathan, while he's doing that, I gotta go pee. So could you kind of run the camera, please?
Pretty clean.
While he's out, I'll turn it off. While he's doing, you're my friend, right? And I got your ass, cause you done lied to him about the damn raccoon. So,
No, it's your
you
perception.
don't
It's
lie
your
to me, I
perception.
don't lie to you.
It's your
Well,
perception.
what about Mikey?
We already got a deal. Me and Mike's already got a deal.
Oh, y'all got a deal?
We got a deal, a previous deal before that superseded your deal because it was first.
Oh, well, thanks a lot. So, I get left out of the phone?
You did turn it off, right?
Wait till I talk to Maria. I got you right here. Wait till I talk to Maria.
But I'm the sugar daddy.
You're the sugar daddy? Yeah, I'll let him come back and ask you all them questions. I don't know all the questions he
Well,
wants to
I'm
ask.
interested because
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, I told him you could answer. I'll ask all the
Okay,
questions.
okay, so I'm gonna run my finger. What I'm noticing here, though, is that it's harder for it to stay on my finger. It's actually brushing off and not sticking on my finger. See how it's building up?
Now this one was was this the almond shell or was this the grapevine? I think that was the grapevine,
Yeah, I think that was a great line.
and that's the almond shell.
I thought that was very interesting.
Now, bear in mind too, we just washed the glass, so I don't know how much that may weigh into this either.
True, true. And again, I don't know, what we was talking about, because we washed the glass, but
Yeah.
it seems to be building up on the end, like I'm pushing it through, and it's not sticking on my finger.
And that would be the almond shell or the
Both of them.
grapevine. Okay, both of them. Yeah, but now run your finger through the middle of it and see what your impressions are.
Second one's a lot harder.
And the second one was the almond shell.
Yeah.
The second one was the
Yeah.
almond shell. Yeah.
Seems to be a lot harder. Not coming off as easy.
So then the opinion would be in your gun barrel, it would be a little more dirty.
Yes.
And if I remember right, when I test burned these at home, it was after 3 or 4 loads with the almond shell that I admitted it's getting a little difficult to load.
Yeah, they initially look the same, but the big difference is when you go to scrape the KN02 and unburnt carbon fouling, that this side is comes off a lot easier.
Yeah, and that was the grapevine.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
we'll move on to the next gunpowders. The next test is going to be pistachio shell alder blended and peanut shell alder blended, and both of these are a 50-50 blend.
Peanut.
Yeah, the first one is peanut shell alder. 30 grains. Yeah, burn, baby! That's some crappy gunpowder. It won't even ignite with a flame underneath.
well, the kids at that ranch would always ask me, oh, nice.
Okay, we'll flip the glass over. Okay, that was pistachio shell alder blend, and once again, they're 50-50 blend. So, William, give us your opinions.
Interesting. Darker.
And that was the peanut shell alder, correct?
Peanut shell,
Yeah.
First one.
Yep, first one.
Ready?
How many times are you going to do that before you
Probably
figure
about
out to turn the
17
glass
more
over?
It's so deceiving. Makes for good fire.
Yes,
Filler material.
filler material, exactly.
First one felt a little grittier, maybe?
I will tell you, not that it's going to weigh into this, but Jonathan thought the peanut shell blend was a little cleaner than the pistachio.
Not by much.
Not by much, but that was his opinion.
I'm leaning towards. It's almost an even Steven.
All right.
The smoke seems a little darker over here, if we're just calling something out. It seems
Right.
like a little darker over here, this seems a little lighter. This side, first one,
Yeah, which would be the peanut shell
peanut
alder.
shell, it did seem like it was slightly, 5% maybe, softer
Softer, okay.
than the other one. But other than that, I would almost go with a dead even race.
Okay.
Those two.
All right, we'll get the glass cleaned off and we'll go to the next one. Okay, the next test is going to be a 50-50 blend with Osage and Aspen.
Okay.
And then we're going to do a 30 grain burn test on the opposite side with 3F Swiss.
You said Osage, that's been alder.
No,
Oh, okay.
I put the Osage over there.
All right.
I already get that out of the way.
You got a lot of gunpowder hanging around here.
A lot of gunpowder. Look at all the blue smoke.
That was quick.
Okay.
That was quick.
Now we're going to do 30 grains of Swiss.
Ooh.
Okay, William, I
Yes.
want to have your opinion. Now, remember, before you say anything, I want to ask you a question. Look at the camera here, buddy. Would you say that that Swiss has a very blue smoke to it?
Oh, most definitely.
So you would, based on the first burn, your opinion was blue smoke equals clean.
That was what I said.
Okay, now study that Swiss and tell me what you think. Because remember, blue smoke equals clean.
Well, I can already see something. You see the blue smoke. I don't know if how well you can see it in the video.
See it on the glass.
But you can see the blue smoke and you can see the brownish, blackish smoke over here. I don't know if you can see the pieces of KN03 that are speckled over here on the Swiss,
In through the smoke.
in through the smoke, but they are hard as a rock.
Now,
They're hard.
so let me just interject something right here. With the thought in mind, Swiss has a heavy graphite glazing.
Right.
So would you be more inclined now to say that what you see through the smoke would be pieces of the graphite left behind, perhaps?
I would guess, because
We don't know.
other than the buckthorn alder, which we don't have any yet, that'd be the only difference. But what I'm not liking, and I'm assuming it has to do with the graphite, is the speckles that are flying out, whole
Yep.
speckles.
Yep.
I'm not seeing that near as much over here or on any of the others. That's the first thing I noticed. And when
Speak
I run
up.
my finger over it,
Yeah.
they're fairly hard, and the smoke's not coming off very
Look down the
easy.
side of your glass that
Oh,
way.
I know.
Over the
I know.
side.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
can-
It's
And you
spread
can
all
see it
over
on
the glass.
KN03.
I
Yeah.
know. What I'm seeing is that the blue smoke from Swiss is harder to wipe off
Mm-hmm.
than anything else we've tried so far.
Yep.
I do not like those little speckles that are flying up on the side of here. I do not like that. I haven't seen that before. Why is that there? The only reason would be the graphite. I don't know what else it could be.
That's what
unless
I-
it's pixie dust they put it. I don't know what it
That's
is.
my assumption, is that there's not enough KNO3 at, assuming at 75, 15, 10, there's not enough KNO3 to completely consume that heavy graphite glazing.
And then the heavy KNO3 or other carbon that's there is some of the heaviest and hardest that I've scraped. If you had to ask me and didn't tell me what it was, I'd say this is the least impressed gunpowder I've tested.
Yeah.
That we've tested here. Comes out a lot easier. Oh, nice.
Big difference. Yep. And that was my Osage alder. Osage aspen, excuse me.
Now, I know gunpowder in barrels might act a little differently as it goes off. But people, what was the second one?
That was Osage.
We've got so many blends.
Yeah, Osage aspen.
Osage aspen
Yeah.
is cleaner, it's softer, doesn't have the speckles like the other one had. Has a few here and there, very, very little, but it's easily 3 times as much over here on the Swiss.
Well, if I were to say anything, I'd say that that's the difference between night and day.
Right? If you can just look at that, you can just see, I put the same amount of pressure on the Swiss as I did his Osage blend over here. And there is no doubt, if I didn't know, this is the powder I'd go with right now.
Yeah, right there.
I don't care if it's 100 feet per second less or 150, just based on this alone. This is what I'd rather have in my gun barrel.
And so the consensus is, I did the same thing with Jonathan. You'll see it when you get to watch this video when it's full. Swiss is a very, very dirty gunpowder.
Yeah, just based on what I'm
Yeah.
seeing here. I'm not liking what I'm seeing.
And you really wouldn't see the difference unless you did it on a plate glass, because I've done these tests on a block of wood, and the difference between the block of wood as opposed to the plate glass, for whatever reason, the smoke stays with the plate glass as opposed to the block of wood.
Right, right.
And when I judge my gunpowder, when I burn it from the block of wood, you see me run my finger across the top, it's pretty clean, but I also look at the little chunks of KNO3
Yes.
that would be left behind.
But them speckles that are way out here is very disturbing.
Yeah.
Because it's not just here. It's all over this glass.
The whole glass.
It's
yeah.
the whole glass, people. I don't like that.
All right.
$60 a pound.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. All right, we'll get set up and do the last test.
Okay.
Okay, so for the last test, we're going to test the toilet paper.
Okay.
And it's what brand toilet paper?
Continental Ultra Comfort.
Ultra Comfort against my Aspen Alder, and I'll have him read the side of the can.
Aspen Alder mixed.
And,
Burn very clean.
and the note that I have is that this burns clean.
And your ratio is?
75, well, 76, 15, 11.
Okay, so mine's 77, 13, 10.4.
10.
We're not gonna split that up anymore.
No. So we'll burn the Aspen Alder blend first, and then we'll burn the toilet paper. Now I expect this to burn a little bit different because I've got 2 more grams of fuel to burn.
I put this straight line with
Ready?
Yep.
Keep your fingers there a while.
Yeah. Whoa!
That didn't even, that went
You
up.
didn't even get, yeah.
Didn't even touch it.
That
Didn't
was
even touch
quick.
it, and it went up.
That was quick.
Didn't even touch it. The flame just got close to
Are we
it.
flipping it over?
I thought it did.
No, you just turn it around.
Okay, yeah,
You
flip it
didn't
over, please.
That was quick. I like that.
And here's the toilet paper. Okay. Again, now bear in mind, he mills his gunpowder with the brass media, so the smoke is going to be blue. But blue, as we discussed with Swiss, doesn't always necessarily mean cleaner.
I can see it from here.
Comes off easy. Nothing on the side, like that. I'd say it's not the softest, it's not the hardest, it's kind of in the middle. If I had to guess. Now I look at it, kind of feel like it's like Swiss.
Yeah. Now you're getting a true look of that toilet paper gunpowder.
This is the first, I didn't do this with mine.
Yep.
But that is yours.
It is.
Yeah.
That's good.
I can hear the grit from here.
I did too.
The smoke came off easy. But it's not as soft. I'd say it's more on the harder side. It's not as soft as yours and not as soft as some of the ones that you had there that you had to clean. But yours ignited really fast. I was
Should have
very
used
impressed.
Charmin.
No. Who knows? It's probably all made in the same plant. They just put another stick.
Put a different name on it with a different
Yeah.
price tag. You know, and I'll give you my opinion from the back side of the camera. Obviously, the toilet paper burnt blue,
Yep.
but in my opinion, I'm not attributing that to the toilet paper. It's more so milling it with the brass media,
Yeah, I
like
think
we
so.
did with the
Yeah.
very first test
Yeah.
in the with the Century plant.
So other than
So-
put it in the rifle and testing the velocities, I would rather my powder be smoother or
Well,
softer.
But that's what we're gonna do because you gave me 15 or 16 grams.
16 grams, I did.
Yeah, so I'll be able to test that through
Yep,
my,
yep.
now, since I've never done or tested the toilet
Sure.
paper, I just,
I know.
I just
Tell
told
me
you.
about it. Tell me about it.
Monkey see, monkey do.
that ain't bad. That ain't bad.
No.
It is harder.
Yeah.
It-
Oh, yeah.
it's-
Oh, yeah. It's definitely
A
harder.
lot harder.
Yours is coming off. Yep.
Make up your own mind. This was my gunpowder and this was the toilet paper. What do you think, Jonathan?
I think yours is cleaner.
One on,
I could
one-
see
This
that
is-
before you ever rubbed
This,
it.
this was mine,
Yep,
this was
yours
yours.
is cleaner. Yep.
Cleaner than a toilet
That's
paper.
what I'd say.
Okay. We decided to do one more test with the Swiss versus Goex.
Okay.
And then we'll compare the two gunpowders. So let us get the glass cleaned off and we'll do that test. Okay, once again, this will be the Swiss and we'll flip the plate over and burn Goex. 30 grains.
It won't even look nice. What do you think of that?
More water.
More water.
Here we go. All right. A little hot. Keep your gunpowder separate. Okay, this is the opinion between Goex and Swiss. And then once we get the opinion, we're going to turn the glass sideways and burn 30 grains of Schutzen and do a 3 gunpowder comparison of factory.
Okay, so this is the Goex. It's not wiping off very easy. It's big speckles. Very hard. I'd say even harder than that toilet paper I just did. Smaller particles.
Okay, yeah.
It feels harder. Feels like Swiss almost.
It is Swiss.
It is Swiss.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, just
Yeah, you would, but you can tell the difference in them. You really can.
You can see the,
not wiping off as easy.
but you can see all the extra residue.
Oh yeah, it's all
Yeah,
over.
all the way out
that
here.
glass.
It's all over.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks fairly clean, but you ought to see it. You can feel it everywhere. That's even harder than that toilet paper, I think. Just
You know, from here,
this looks a little dirty, just
Yep.
less burned KN03 or whatever sitting there out, carbon sitting up there.
well, looking at it from this side, you can see that the color of the Goex is a little bit darker than the color of the Swiss. Can you stand behind the camera and see if you can pick that up? See, looking at it like that.
What's the darker smoke?
To be honest with you, I mean, hold the glass right there, and this is just my opinion, that doesn't look any darker than the stuff that I've been making.
No.
So would you say,
What I would say is this, I'm not a fan of either one of these.
oh, well, yeah.
Because the white smoke over here.
But let's
soft,
say if you
right?
had a choice and that's all you had, which would you go with?
Powder that's not made anymore versus $60 a pound.
Yeah, really.
That ain't 60.
Whichever's cheaper.
That'd be your going.
I would just shoot whatever's
If you
cheaper
had
because
to.
I'm not, out of all the stuff that we've just tested, I'm kind of skewed right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you really don't get a good feel for what's happening with homemade
No.
gunpowder until you do something like this.
I mean, the Swiss is hard. It's a little softer than some of the Goex that's over here, but I don't like where the Swiss, all of the particles that's sitting over here.
Which would,
Even if
Which
I was
would be
comparing it
left
against
behind
toilet
in your-
paper, I'd
in your
rather have my
barrel.
toilet paper than
Yeah.
shooting the Swiss. I would.
and honestly, I know you and I have had this discussion. You've had problems with Swiss plugging up your touch hole in your pistol, right?
Not in the pistol, but in the my Kibler flintlock rifle.
Okay.
And I know it's
Kibler.
not popular, but I see one of your videos where you was talking about the smoky residue and it was gumming up your flintlock. And I tried it at Moon of the Crow one year. in shooting the smoothbore match. And after about 5 or 6 rounds, I noticed that there was a lot of smoky residue building up in there, and then right around the touch hole, it was fouling up, where the toilet paper and stuff that I was using at home that I was playing with, because I thought Swiss was better, it's best.
Well, that was the perception.
Yeah, that's perception,
Yep.
right? You know what I mean? Maybe your results are different, everybody else's results are different. But just based on that, the first 5 shots I was looking at, this is exactly what Michael was talking about. Now I believe it, I see it.
Yeah,
So now my flintlocks, I just shoot my homemade stuff.
homemade stuff,
I'm
yeah.
not getting that issue.
All right, so let's do the third test with 30 grains of 3F Schutzen.
Okay?
And we'll do a three comparison
We do it
test.
on the side of the Go-X, because you got so much residue from the Swiss. Sure you don't want that raccoon dead.
Would have thought that would have went up quicker with
You
that
would have thought,
flame right
you
on
put it
top
right
of
in there
that.
and it didn't ignite.
Damn,
Yeah.
it damn near put it out.
It's gotta reach 600 degrees or so before it ignites, but
All right, now this is his opinion on Schutzen.
hell's this shit? Pardon my French.
Parlez-vous français?
There's like tiny speckles of white sand it looks like. It's not hard on there, but it just exploded all over it. Do you see?
Oh yeah, just, yeah,
all over.
it's all over the plate.
Same as the Swiss.
Same
Well,
as the-
the Swiss is hard.
But
This moves around, but it's like sand. You see it?
Yeah, oh,
Yeah, I can
I
feel
can
it.
see it just at the
It's
end.
not
see it,
hard.
and I
The
can
Swiss,
feel it.
the Swiss is hard, but this stuff moves around. But it's like, what is this blankety blank? No. 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 Oh my God. That's like a brick.
So of the three, which one would you say is leaning towards being cleaner?
Yeah. If I had to guess, if I was going to shoot one, I'd probably shoot the Go-X.
The Go-X.
The one I would shoot the least is the Schutzen. Probably. It's just based on this, people.
Just based on that, yeah.
It's not what I would like to say, but it's what it is.
It's what it
It's
is.
what I'm seeing right here.
Yep.
That's crazy. That is crazy. And I've shot a fair amount of Schutzen. But yet, I can always go through the whole match without having to clean the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
But burnt gunpowder is burnt gunpowder.
All right, ready to do a
Yep.
conclusion here? You
Sure.
stand right there in the middle, William. So thank you guys for your opinions on this and your honest observations. Because the three of us, we have an agreement between the three of us. I'll lie to my friends, he'll lie to his friends, he'll lie to his friends, but we won't lie to each other. But there's one thing that you do have to be aware. When the three of us are at your rendezvous and we are competing against you, we are known as the Old Bastard Shooting Club. All right? The Old Bastard Shooting Club, and I want to thank Jonathan for purchasing.
Yeah, thank you.
We each
You're
have one of these coins.
We do.
So we are,
We have a lot of fun.
I thought we were known as the Three Amigos, but I think I like the Old Bastards Club better.
There you
The
go.
Three Old Bastards.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for watching this. I hope you've gleaned something that you can take away from this and apply it to your own learning curve when it comes to making your own homemade black powder. There is differences
Yes.
in the way you mill it, but even if you mill it with brass, it does not necessarily equate to clean or burning gunpowder. It's just the color of the smoke.
And what we might have believed a year or two ago is different
Yeah.
what we believe now, and another year or two from now might change that
Yeah.
slightly itself. So,
Proof is right here.
but yep, we
You
can
know,
always do another one of these.
Yeah, and you know, just another personal note also, is to get a lot of comments from people saying, well, your 76, 15, 11 is not the standard. I don't give a shit what the standard is, because I'm not making this to sell, and I don't care about what the standard is. We can make our own standard when it comes to our own homemade gunpowder.
That's right, that's right.
I mean, there's nothing that says, show me the piece of paper that says when you make your homemade gunpowder, you have to follow the standard. There's nothing in writing.
No, experiment.
Experiment. This is the industry that has the standard. So when you buy homemade black powder, you know that it's 76, 15, 10, but when we do it here, we can play around with it all
That's
we
right.
want.
That's right.
What works best for you?
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
If you don't like this one, do your own video.
Go make your own. Here we are at Laluz, February 21st, 2026. And this is how the range was set up this time by the three old bastards. As you can tell, it's pretty breezy, so I just don't know how much recording I'm going to do. But I wanted to point out the Intimidator, the rattle trap. And we're going to set it up to shoot pistol and rifle. So we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned.